I'm trying to do this like an interview.
Okay.
You can look at me and don't look at the camera.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with Roddy Rogers, and Roddy is a volunteer with us, but came through Engineering Ministries International. And Roddy has just come back from 2 weeks in the field and is fixing to leave tomorrow, and has been sharing with us a little bit of his experience there. And Roddy, you mentioned something about your initial trip to Haiti, and the experience that you had. It was quite a while ago, and then a tug on your heart. Could you maybe share that again with us and talk as loudly as possible?
Sure.
So you can reach the microphone?
Sure. I came to Haiti 21 years ago. It was the first time I'd been in the third world on a mission trip with EMI. And there was a point during that time that I said, I don't know if I ever want to do this again. And since that time, I've been 15 to 20 times in several different countries. A second thing that I came back saying after seeing a little girl with a distended stomach and eating off a trash pile was, why me? Why did I get to be born in the United States instead of a third world country? We don't have any control over that. And right after the earthquake happened, just a couple months ago, I was watching a news report. And there was a little boy with both legs broken and lost both his mother and his father. And he was crying out, why me? And I knew then if the opportunity presented itself that I wanted to come back, I had to come back.
Well, it's very powerful. Could you share a story or two about some of the people that you were providing water to as you went into communities and were working with pastors and other people?
Well, several of them were refugee camps. People living in tents, have absolutely nothing, and living in conditions that are hard to describe. And 2 or 3 times the pastors, when we got done, we would pray with them and try to have just a moment with them to talk about why we were here, and that we were here to serve God, and it all happened because of Him. And 2 or 3 times they would say that they didn't have anything to give us. That was hard because it broke my heart. And then they said they don't have the words, they don't have enough words, but thank you, and hugged us, and one of them asked us, please don't forget us, and I promised them that we wouldn't.
You also mentioned a particular community that you went to that I think that they expressed their gratitude because they had felt maybe forgotten, or that no aid had come to them, you'd mentioned something. Do you remember that comment?
No, not specifically.
Yeah, I think it was something to the effect of we have nothing.
Yeah, that's what I just was talking about.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
They didn't have anything. They wanted to give us something in return for our work, and I tried to tell them it was a blessing for us to get to be there to help them.
Was there one particular thing that stood out in your mind, one experience that was just really something that stuck with you?
That was one of them when they hugged, and another time, maybe not as positive, but I was eating my MRE at lunch, and I got almost done. I looked up, and there were 2 little boys watching me, and I couldn't finish, and I promised myself I wouldn't finish them from then on. I would get enough because I knew I had to have fuel to keep going, but I'd share it with them, and so did Louis and Fortville, the technicians.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the installations where you were taking muddy water and the visuals that came along with that?
Yeah, I remember one specific one where we had a turbidity of over 22 NTUs, and the system took it down to 2. And then we would do the before and after samples with the filtering it, and the pictures were amazing. You could see the coliform, the fecal coliform, and then afterwards completely clear. And Fortville, one of the technicians, had the idea. We took it back and showed it to these people. This is what this system is doing to your water, and they were excited, very excited about that.
Yeah. For our non-engineering audience, would you mind maybe describing that water without nephelometric turbidity unit description? They may not know what that means.
It's basically human waste is what's in the water, and bacteria that makes you very sick.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough for the time that you've spent here. I mentioned earlier that the need for capable people in the field is something that is ongoing for us. And never having met you face to face, we look at God's hand on our work and Him bringing you to us through EMI has just been an incredible blessing. So.
Well, that's a two-way street. It's been a huge blessing for me. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to plug in, just to get to be a small part of it. I really do. God is. I sent email after email just telling them how my heart was just bursting with joy to get to do this. Thank you very much.
But you're still in the middle of the screen, so.